While alluring, foreign currencies can be elusive. What the hell does that mean? Once again, a title that is very unclear. You should worry immediately. Synopsis. Now, I have gone through this article and reconstructed what it really says. It doesn't seem as stupid as this when you actually read it. But I pulled out all the gross stupidity and highlighted it. Okay, the article warns about the dangers of investing in foreign currencies. Describes it as speculation and not for the faint of heart. Warns of lack of control and significant loss and a risk of losing everything. Interweaves and confuses, and you will see this all the time in bad articles or manipulative articles. Two different concepts are put together and mixed together, and they draw conclusions for one that are not true of the other. Interweaves and confuses high-risk futures trading in currencies with low-risk purchases of ETFs and foreign-denominated CDs. Quotes 9 people. This is extremely unusual for an article. The typical article has 3 or 4 people quoted, and you can almost guess it's a press release if it has 3 or 4. 9 people is a huge amount, and my guess for this article is it might have been 2 or 3 different press releases put together, and the reporter just chopped them together and made an article out of it. 3 of the people are professors who are really known to be great at currency trading. 2 money managers, a retired bond dealer, not a currency dealer, a former banker, not a current banker, and that doesn't mean they know anything about currency either, and 2 investors, none of whom are currency experts. And it cites, get this, the instability of the Icelandic krona and the inability to buy Australian dollars in Panama as examples of problems with currency investing for the individual investor. Iceland is a small country of 300,000 people. It has one of the smallest currency bases in the world. Its banking system is even worse shaped than the American banking system. And its currency is weaker than the dollar. How they managed to dig up the one currency, this reporter must have worked overtime. And secondly, an example of someone who couldn't buy Australian dollars in Panama and missed out on a big move. Now, this person also, it turns out, lives in the United States. When did he buy them in the United States? Like, who would go to Panama to buy anything? And especially why should Panamanians have Australian dollars? I mean, this is like ridiculous. An article about currency, outside the dollar, what's the first currency you would think of that should have the most coverage? The euro. Literally not mentioned in this article. Here's the emotionally charged words and phrases in this article. Speculation, lack of control, 3 times serious losses mentioned, significant loss, willing to lose what turns out 100% of your investment if you buy a currency ETFs, like this is going to happen. Wind up losing money, 3 times it's mentioned. Extremely risky, steer clear, tricky arena, dominated by fast-moving events. Danger, freak out, sternly warning average investors away. Only the dollar is actually the risky investment, not what they're talking about. 2 concepts mixed together. Thinking an average investor can do better than a spot trade at any large bank is basically ridiculous. Well, this is a completely true statement. Does it have anything to do with buying an ETF or a CD in a foreign currency? No, it doesn't, but they make you think it does. And then warn most investors to steer clear of investing directly in currency markets. That seems to be futures trading, but it doesn't say it, which can rapidly move against them. It's a tricky arena, they say, dominated by fast-moving events and seasoned global players that you couldn't possibly compete against with more than $1 trillion daily is being traded. So don't even think you can do this. Now, should you do this in the futures market? No. Can you buy an ETF? Sure. Article states that currency buyers should watch their positions constantly. Fear is being invoked here. Cites an example of a small investor that checked real-time quotes for his currency ETF every 15 minutes for 9 months and made a profit. So unless you've got a lot of time, don't even think of investing.